Hey everybody, 50 Shades of Wuthering Heights and the Death of Romance in Hollywood. Which, firstly, comparing Wuthering Heights to 50 Shades of Grey is fucking abhorrent. Because the author of 50 Shades is an awful writer um, and just doesn't understand BDSM or anything that they try to write about. I fucking. E.L. James, I almost forgot their fucking name. No, Queen's Ice Dragon? Fucking. Also, she's written more recent things, like the Mister and the Misses, and I think something else. I don't fucking know. I don't keep tabs on E.L. James. Anyway, not only does this movie spell the death of romance, but it may also explain the death of sex in America, including among marrieds who should be making babies. That's people who are married need to be having children, even if they don't want children. That's fucked up, Andrea. Anywho, for several weeks, the movie in the United States has been Wuthering Heights, which has already brought in 100 mil worldwide. The movie bears little relationship to Emily Bronte's classic. Instead, it reflects everything wrong about Hollywood's approach to romance and may explain the death of sex in America. Yes, because erotica kills sex. The book, published in 1847, is narrated by Nellie, a housekeeper at Wuthering Heights, the Earnshaw home in Yorkshire. Yorkshire. Tells the story of the doomed love affair of old Mr. Earnshaw's daughter, Catherine, and the enigmatic, not saying that word, like Heathcliff, whom her father found and brought home to raise as his own. Okay. Also, I'm pretty sure Heathcliff is supposed to be black, and in the movie, they're white. The book's complicated plot, set around the turn of the 19th century, revolves around destructive passion, cruelty, stupidity, and revenge. Despite all the raging passion, there is no question but that the characters are chaste. This is a dark gothic romance, not a bodice ripper. Filtered through modern Hollywood, yet you get a BDSM film. While the movie isn't actually X-rated, it could easily be renamed 50 Shades of Wuthering Heights, which, again, that's lazy. You know. Also, it would be 50 Shades of Heathcliff. If you want to go with the naming convention, it would be 50 Shades of Heathcliff. Because 50 Shades of Grey is named after, I almost said Dorian Gray. Um, Gray, whatever his fucking first name is, named after him. Kathy Nelly, now a Vietnamese woman, into an ecstatic frenzy when seeing a hanged man suffering and getting an erection. That happens, and people are fucking weird. Heathcliff, the dark outsider in old Yorkshire. I keep saying Yorkshire, played by a lily white actor. Mr. Earnshaw is rewritten so that he's no longer a man of tremendous rectitude, but is, instead, a violent alcoholic who brutally and graphically whips Heathcliff. I mean, 19th century, which would be the 1800s, England? The man whom Kathy eventually marries, who is supposed to be a lily white Yorkshireman, is played by a half Pakistani actor. Heathcliff and a servant, who basically an NPC in the book, have BDSM sex, leading Kathy to go off and masturbate on the moors. A makeout session between Heathcliff and Kathy. Kathy kicks her father's corpse. Heathcliff and Kathy have a graphic, adulterous affair. Heathcliff has a loveless BDSM marriage with Kathy's sister-in-law. Let's just say that this isn't the Cliff Notes version of the book. Watching it won't help you get an A in English class. You couldn't you couldn't even use just like an illustration that was created for the book. You had to fucking use AI to do this. You had to waste so much water and energy to make this shit. You could just use an already existing image. The movie is not about love, romance, and morality. It's about deeply disturbed sex. Do you not think that people in the 1800s got like had some fucked up sex? Fucking popularity may help explain why fewer young Americans are having sex. Citation needed. Their culture is telling them that it's disgusting, degrading, and hate-filled. Oh God. Contrast today's Wuthering Heights with 1943's The More the Merrier. The 1943. You're literally going back to segregated times. Which puts a romantic spin on the housing shortage that plagued Washington, D.C. during the war. A young woman can't even like spell check your shit. Jean Arthur, who has her own apartment, decides to act patriotically and let a room in her apartment. Before she knows it, she has a meddlesome old man and a handsome young soldier living with her, and the fun begins. I'm fucking sorry. I don't know if I could. I have a hard time watching movies from like the 40s and 50s and early 60s because it's just like I don't know the whole Hays Code thing. Anyway, spoiler alert: I'm about to give away some pivotal plot points for a fucking movie that's like 83 years old. I know, 73. I'm not good with quick math. Okay, along with previewing the most romantic scene in the movie. If you intend to watch the movie, stop reading. Arthur and Macrea, after a rocky start, fall chastely in love. You know why it was like I love this shit. You know why it was chastely? It's because fucking like the Hays Code and things. Like you couldn't show like there's so much fucked up shit from like the 40s and like all like there's so many movies of like that are naturist movies where it's just like filming naked people that was like that's what was happening during that time. Like whatever. Again, people in the 40s didn't have like weird fucked up sex. Are you shitting me? Really? But she's reluctant, especially because she's already engaged to a manifestly unworthy fiance. So Macrea knows that Arthur is his gal. So we get this showing them walking home at night. Arthur's conversation shows she's interested in his romantic and marital potential. He picks up on that and gently pushes for more. Movements she gently rebuffs until she doesn't any longer. When McCrae nuzzles Arthur's neck, this is way sexier than all of the pornographic moments in the whole 50 Shades of Wuthering Heights movie. Says you. Again, you're talking like you're like ripping your fucking pearls to this fucking movie. As if weren't movies that were dirtier in like the 40s and like fucking oh god. What makes it work is that we all know that she can stop him at any time, and indeed she does so when the kiss gets too intense, at which point he instantly respects her decision. Which is not how things went in the fucking 40s. Come on, Andre, you can't be that fucking dumb. The fucking so much rape was like in the 40s. Fuck, there's a lot of rape in 2026. Crayon nuzzles Arthur's neck. Oh, sorry. Today's Gen Z would see the scene as a disgusting example of harassment and lack of consent. But earlier generations understood that it was a dance, with the woman completely controlling how long the dance could last. That you are fucking deluded. You are fucking dumb. It's a movie. It's not real. Fucking. If I sent you, Andre, back to the 1940s, I'm pretty sure you would fucking explode with how fucked up it was. Like, of course, there were men who took it too far, like the president in 2026. But the strong cultural message to both men and women was that gentle, respectful physicality was acceptable, provided that both people understood who was really in charge. She was. Again, what fucking crack are you smoking? Our culture has fallen very far. Still, I remind myself that the cultures of Georgian and Regency England were incredibly debauched. Political corruption, sexual immorality, alcoholism, and rampant crime could have brought the country down. Instead, the growing middle class, the people whose values we see in Jane Austen's comedies of manners, were pushing back with their morality-based ideas about sex, crime, temperance, and politics. Because of them, Great Britain didn't collapse. Yeah, because of fucking books, the fucking Great Britain didn't collapse. Also, Great Britain just owning a bunch of fucking countries that didn't belong to them. It reached dizzying heights of power, while the overall culture was characterized by middle-class morality. Uh-huh. Sure. Today, the UK's post-1960s debauchery has been met not with a resurgence of middle-class values, but by the government importing radical Islamic values. It's doubtful whether the UK can recover this time around. Which, again, it's really funny that you're like, oh, they fucking radical Islamic values when, like, they agree with you with your puritanical bullshit. Like, you just don't like them because they're brown? However, it's not too late for America, and teaching the next generation about loving, not degraded relationships is a good start. Some people like degrading relationships, and obviously consenting degraded. Consent is key. And again, I fucking love how you're like, some men took it too far, but fucking get fucked with this bullshit. Like, fuck, when the fuck was the Black Dahlia? When the fuck was the Black Dahlia murderer, killer, whatever? Let's Google it. Happened, let's see, 1947. That gruesome, gruesome murder where the fucking lady was chopped in half. Fucking, like, that was in 1947. Fucking, there's so much. And again, like, when the fuck was what's his fucking H. Holmes? When the fuck was H. Holmes? Fucking when was he active? In the 1860s, which was like when the fuck this book was. Like, there's so many fucking. Oh God. And and again, you're like the fucking acting as if like the 19th century, which was the 1800s, slavery was all over the fucking place, especially in America, but especially every fucking where. I just, uh, it's also very weird that in the first part of this, she's like, oh, fucking Heathcliff is played by a white guy, but like the fucking a person who's Pakistani, like half Pakistani, like who's mixed, like you hate that. Also, like you hate how they're fucking as if there weren't people who were of Pakistani origin in the 1800s in the UK. Also, I love how Kathy kicks her father's corpse. Like, you don't think that happened? Like, what fucking. How disconnected from reality are you? Genuinely. How fucking disconnected? Just, it's insane. And like, I love how it's like, oh fuck, the father was a drunk, like, and fucking like, it's a fundamentally different story. Like you can tell, you can take, God. Anyway, Christian Grey. I just remembered the fucking dumb fuck's name from those fucking awful books, which started out as Twilight fanfic, by the way. And also, E.L. James is a shit person alongside J.K. Rowling. Because she doesn't think there's abuse in the fucking book that she wrote, even though there is. Anyway, also there's plenty of better erotica than 50 Shades of Grey. Because it's not 50 Shades of Grey is not an erotica. It's shittily written bullshit. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Have a wonderful fucking day. Patreon.com/RezenatorZen, forum.com/RezenatorZen if you want to help me refurbish this fucking computer. I'm probably gonna have to get. I'm probably gonna have to like put like tools to take this apart so I could like do all the hard drive stuff if and when that comes. If someone gets it off my farm. Um, but yeah, peace out, everybody. Wonderful day.